Arriving at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City, you're immediately struck by its immense scale and beauty. The vast open space, framed by Bernini's grand colonnades, welcomes visitors from every corner of the globe. These sweeping arms of marble seem to embrace the crowds, guiding them toward the heart of the Catholic world. At the center stands St. Peter's Basilica, a Renaissance masterpiece and a beacon of faith for millions. For centuries, pilgrims have journeyed here, drawn by its spiritual significance and the promise of renewal. As you approach the Basilica, you'll notice 5 bronze doors. Each one tells a unique story, but one is truly special. The Holy Door, or Porta Sancta, is set apart, simpler than the others, and sealed with bricks from the inside. It remains closed for years, waiting for a special moment in the Church's calendar. Only during a Jubilee year does the Pope ceremoniously open it, inviting pilgrims to cross its threshold. The Holy Door stands as a powerful symbol of new beginnings and spiritual renewal, right in the heart of Rome. The Holy Door is special because it is only opened during a Jubilee year, also known as a Holy Year. These are years of tremendous grace and pilgrimage in the Catholic Church. A Jubilee is a time for forgiveness, for reconciliation, and for deepening one's faith. The tradition was started back in the year 1300 by Pope Boniface VIII. Originally, these celebrations were meant to happen once every 100 years, but over time, the interval was shortened to 50, then 33, and now, typically, every 25 years. This allows each generation to have the opportunity to experience at least one Holy Year. The opening of the Holy Door is a powerful and highly symbolic ceremony that marks the official start of the Jubilee. The Pope himself travels to the door and, after a period of prayer, strikes the wall with a ceremonial hammer. Workers then complete the job of carefully dismantling the brick wall that has sealed the entrance since the last Jubilee. Once the way is clear, the Pope is the very first person to cross the threshold, kneeling in prayer as he enters the Basilica. This act signals to the entire world that the Holy Year has begun, and the path to spiritual renewal is open to all. For Catholics, walking through the Holy Door is a deeply meaningful act. It is a pilgrimage in itself. By passing through this special entrance, the faithful can receive a plenary indulgence, which is the full remission of the temporal punishment for their sins. It is a symbolic journey that mirrors the personal spiritual journey each person undertakes. It represents leaving the outside world behind and entering a sacred space, a space where one can feel closer to God. The experience is one of humility, repentance, and immense hope for a fresh start. After the Pope opens the Holy Door at St. Peter's, other holy doors in major basilicas in Rome and around the world are also opened. This allows people who cannot travel to the Vatican to participate in the Jubilee pilgrimage in their own countries. The most recent Jubilee, the Extraordinary Jubilee of Mercy, was in 2015 to 2016. The next Ordinary Jubilee was just last year, in 2025. During that year, millions of pilgrims made their way to Rome, all sharing the common goal of passing through that sacred gateway and taking part in a tradition that connects them to centuries of believers. The tradition of the Holy Door is rich with history and fascinating rituals. The bronze door we see today was created in 1949 by the artist Vico Consorti. It features 16 panels that depict scenes from the Bible, telling a story of human sin and God's mercy. When you look closely, you can see stories like Adam and Eve being expelled from the garden and the parable of the lost sheep. The final panel shows the current Pope, at the time of its installation, kneeling before the open door. It is a beautiful piece of art that serves as a visual guide to the meaning of the pilgrimage. The ceremony for sealing the door at the end of a Jubilee is just as symbolic as its opening. On the final day of the Holy Year, the Pope is the last person to exit through the Holy Door. He then blesses the stones and mortar that will be used to seal it once again. Two master masons, known as Sampietrini, then begin the process of carefully bricking up the entrance from the inside. a special box containing coins and medals from that Jubilee year is often placed inside the wall as a memento, to be discovered when the door is opened for the next Holy Year, a quarter of a century later. An interesting historical tidbit is that the ritual has not always been so orderly. In older times, the opening of the door could be quite chaotic. Crowds would rush forward, eager to be the first to grab a piece of the dismantled wall as a holy relic. This sometimes led to injuries and a less than pious atmosphere. To make the ceremony safer and more reverent, the Vatican changed the process. Now, the wall is carefully taken down by workers ahead of the ceremony, so the Pope simply has to push open the bronze doors themselves, preserving the symbolism without the danger. The very idea of a holy door has its roots in the Bible. In the Gospel of John, Jesus says, "I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved." The holy door at St. Peter's is a physical representation of this spiritual truth. It is a reminder that Christ is the way to the Father. For pilgrims, crossing the threshold is not just a physical act. It is a conscious decision to renew their commitment to their faith, to leave their past behind, and to walk forward on a path of grace, guided by the teachings of their faith. In our fast-paced modern world, you might wonder why an ancient tradition like the Holy Door still holds so much power. The answer, I believe, lies in our universal human need for meaning, forgiveness, and new beginnings. The Holy Door provides a tangible focus for these deep spiritual longings. It is a destination that gives a pilgrimage a clear goal. The journey might be long and challenging, but the act of walking through that specific doorway provides a powerful sense of closure and spiritual accomplishment that is hard to find elsewhere. The Holy Door is a great equalizer. When you stand in line, waiting to pass through, you are surrounded by people from all walks of life, rich and poor, old and young, from every continent on earth. All are united in a single purpose. In that moment, worldly status and differences fade away. Everyone is simply a pilgrim, seeking a moment of peace and a connection with God. This sense of shared humanity and common purpose is an incredibly powerful experience, reminding us that we are all on a spiritual journey together, supporting one another along the way. Furthermore, the opening of the Holy Door serves as a global call to action. It is a reminder from the Church to focus on core values like mercy, compassion, and reconciliation. During the 2015 Jubilee of Mercy, Pope Francis encouraged people not just to walk through the door, but to become a door of mercy for others. This means performing acts of kindness and forgiveness in our own communities. The pilgrimage does not end when you leave Rome. It is meant to inspire a change in how you live your life every day, long after you have returned home. Ultimately, the Holy Door of St. Peter's remains profoundly important because it is a symbol of hope. It stands as a constant physical reminder that no matter what mistakes we have made, the door to forgiveness is never permanently closed. There is always a chance to start over. For believers, crossing its threshold is a beautiful and humbling way to experience that hope firsthand. It is an invitation to step out of the ordinary and into the sacred, and to carry that sense of grace and renewal back into the world. And that is a journey worth taking.